Yes, sir! The Hawks are going back to the playoffs, boys. They're going back to the playoffs for the first time since 2016-17. The Hawks are going back to the playoffs. New video. Make sure you guys like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We do new videos every week about the NBA. But the Hawks are going back to the playoffs for the first time since 2016-17. Last time the Hawks went to the playoffs, they lost to the Wizards. The Wizards in the first round. Time before that, they lost to the Cavs in the semifinals. They got swept. Year before that, they lost to the Cavs in the conference finals. They got swept. Well, guess what, boys? The Hawks are going back to the playoffs. They're going back to the playoffs. They're going. You know what the vibes are. You already know. The Hawks been on fire. The Hawks been on fire ever since the draft. The Hawks, they draft. The first time I seen their draft pick, when I first saw the pick, I was like, how's this guy gonna fit when they already have Clint Capella there? But then I realized, I'm like, it's not about Clint Capella. It's about the future. They drafted Onyeka Okongwu, the Nigerian soldier from USC, used to ball out in Chino Hills with the Ball brothers. That boy's a beast. One of the most versatile defenders in the draft. Says that his NBA ambition is that hopefully he can play like a guy like Bam Adebayo. Well, I got news for you, Hawks fans. If he can be 80% of what Bam Adebayo is in this league, the Hawks just got a steal in the draft. And I know people talk about how the Hawks messed up the draft when they could have took Doncic. They traded and they got Trae Young. Forget about that. That's in the past. Trae Young is a fantastic player. One of the best shooters, playmakers, and off-dribble creators that we've seen. He's still in his early 20s. The potential is through the roof for this guy offensively. Defensively, yes, there's something to worry about. But when you get guys like Onyeka Okongwu, one of the most versatile defenders in the draft, you don't have to worry about it as much. If you can build a defensive culture around Trae Young, you'll be just fine. If the Hawks can be league average on defense, they're going back to the playoffs, boys. And you can book it. You can book it. It started with the draft. They took Okongwu. They took Skylar Mays. Skylar Mays, a young shooting guard, has some development to do, but he has the potential. Started with the draft. Then we get into free agency. The Hawks sign Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo, who's been linked to the championship Lakers, linked to the Clippers. Teams want this guy because he's an offense facilitator and floor general. Guess what, boys? The biggest problem with the Hawks last year was that they couldn't run their offense when Trae Young came off the floor. The offense fell to complete shit when Trae Young would come off the floor. Guess what? Now you have Rajon Rondo to come back up Trae Young and keep that offense running nice and smoothly. Playoff Rondo, he's back in effect with the Hawks. And when the Hawks get to the playoffs, we're going to see playoff Rondo back in effect. We're going to see the impact that he can have on these young boys. Just imagine the impact that Rondo's going to make. Rondo's going to be coming off the bench. The bench lineup is going to be Rondo, Kevin Huerter, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, and Onyeka Okongwu. Rondo's going to have these young boys running so seamlessly. It's going to look beautiful. You saw the impact that Chris Paul had on those Thunder guys, making those Thunder players look better. What do you think Rondo's going to do with these Hawks young guys? What do you think he's going to do? He's going to put Cam Reddish in the spots where he needs to be. He's going to find DeAndre Hunter in the spots where he needs to be. He's going to help Onyeka Okongwu with his pick and rolls. He's going to help Kevin Huerter find his shots better. Rajon Rondo is one of the best playmakers we have in this league. We've seen what he's done with the Celtics, what he's done with the Lakers. Rajon Rondo is one of the best playmakers in this league, and he's a great fit for the Hawks. I'm getting very worked up. Right now, it's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm recording this in the car. I don't care because the Hawks are going back to the playoffs, boys. Let's go. Trae Young, his first playoff appearance. But we're not done talking about what moves the Hawks have made. So they started off signing Rajon Rondo. Then they signed the Italian stallion, the rooster himself, Danilo Gallinari. He's been linked to teams like Miami Heat, New York Knicks. OKC thought about keeping him, but he's going to the Hawks, baby. Let's go. Danilo Gallinari just came off a 40% three-point shooting season playing with Chris Paul. Now you're telling me he gets to play with Trae Young and Rajon Rondo? He's liable to shoot 45% from three. Let's go. Danilo Gallinari, one of the best three-point shooters in this league. He's coming into the starting lineup. Allow guys like DeAndre Hunter to come off the bench more and get more development, where he's not going to be as scrutinized as much, where he won't be on as much as a short leash. Because when you're coming off the bench, young guys and rookies have more leeway to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. When you're starting as a rookie, the leash is very short. You don't get much opportunity to make mistakes. So this is a win-win-win-win-win. You get Danilo Gallinari, and then after that, news broke last night that the Hawks signed Bogdan Bogdanovic. Bogdan Bogdanovic, the Serbian serial killer, has decided to sign with the Atlanta Hawks after the Milwaukee Bucks debacle, where the Bucks thought they had him in a sign-and trade, but they couldn't keep their mouth shut. And the NBA hit that ass with tampering investigation. They had to back off the deal completely. Bogdan found his way to the Hawks, baby. Everything happens for a reason. Bucks fans, you really screwed the pooch on that one. Now they got Bogdan Bogdanovic going to the Hawks. Caca, baby. Let's go. 37% three-point shooter. 40% three-point shooter when it comes to catch and shoot. And that's only going to get better when you're playing with guys like Trae Young and Rajon Rondo. Last year, he was playing with De'Aaron Fox, who's a great playmaker in his own right. But Trae Young and Rajon Rondo are just leagues above of De'Aaron Fox as a playmaker. Bogdan Bogdanovic is going to play even better this season because he has a consistent role and doesn't have to worry about guys like Buddy Hield on his ass complaining about not starting. Bogdan's actually going to a place where he's wanted and has a consistent role with the Hawks. He actually fits their long-term future. So look at these signings that the Hawks have made. They're going to field a starting lineup of Trae Young, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Danilo Gallinari, John Collins, and Clint Capella. That team, without counting Capella, is a 40% three-point shooting team. Just that lineup, just that starting lineup, 40% from three. They're going to be clapping threes left and right, running pick and rolls with Trae Young and Clint Capella as Trae Young dishes to Gallo on the wing for three, splash. Dishes to Bogdan on the wing for three, splash. Dishes to Collins for alley-oop. Dishes to Clint Capella for alley-oop. John Collins shot 40% from three last year, guys. This is not a game. The Hawks are going all in on offense. All in on offense. The Hawks' offense is going to be scary next year. The defense, yes, it's a problem. But when you have offense that could be as productive as this one, it doesn't matter as much. Especially not in the East. Especially not in the East. The Hawks are going to the playoffs, boys. Tell me in the comments, how do you guys feel about the Hawks? How are they looking this year? They signed Rajon Rondo, Danilo Gallinari, and Bogdan Bogdanovic. They signed him away from the Bucks. 4 years, $72 million. And they drafted Onyeka Okongwu, the Nigerian soldier. Hawks fans, you gotta love it. Everything's looking up for you guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We do new NBA videos every week. I'm amped to see what the Hawks can do next year. Let's go.